Anybody else like to raise a comment?
Can I just say one thing, that I'm happy to help you, to particularly around the things about community engagement and so on, which I've done before in a different town, which was in Barnsley, where we actually brought in some incredible edible projects in one bit of Barnsley where they'd never done this before. And I think there's a lot to be said about education in the broadest sense, you know, people kind of understanding what that means. Do you know what I mean? Does it mean, oh, let's grow some herbs and then let's share some recipes about what you can do with them, or let's have a garden that kids can get involved in, and actually this is important for the diet, but not in a boring way, so they can actually see what they can grow and then go out and actually make food, do you know what I mean, make meals with it or whatever, and have some kind of fun events around things like that, so people can actually see the potential and then take some ownership of it. And I'm happy in my role to work with you to try and do some of that if that's what you like, you know.
Certainly, thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to connect with you on that one in moving forward with our volunteers, some of whom which seem willing to facilitate activities of that nature. Yeah.
Okay.
Just we mentioned earlier on that this land was apparently allocated for building, but as I say, the landscaping comment from the landscape team on the suggests that that's a bit of a movable feast. It's a 5-page document, so that might be a good place to start. They do a number of comments on it, but I'm trying to find the specific one, and I think the specific one I'm looking at is where has it gone? It was on the 14th of February 2019. They did and they have a history of the planning context, and they talk about, it's assumed that it's always been housing, and I'm thinking, that might be good. I mean, rather than sort of reinventing the wheel, if someone's already sort of got a bit of information on that, I'm not sure there's any names attached to that. But obviously, if it was the landscape team, there's a landscape team in Leeds City Council who might sort of be quite pleased if someone contacted them and said, "Oh, we like what you wrote about that. You know, where's the background you got that from? You know."
Yeah, Steve, unfortunately, I've got to go now, but keep me informed, and I'll be happy to. Okay.
Bye bye now.
Right. Okay. I suppose we've been here an hour now. Maybe if we just need to lay down some action points, and so let's just think in stages. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Firstly, contact housing office, Martin Wheelwright, and just put past him sort of various proposals you've mentioned, Darren, concerning green belting and things. Any ideas? Steps 1, 2, 3. So.
So we'll wait. I think like the guy is still here with us now. Yeah. The priority waiting for a response from the council to determine whether or not it can be reallocated as greenbelt land. Yeah, that's the first thing. Yeah.
Okay. Step 2.
Step 2. I think site survey. So bringing relevant parties, invitations out to relevant parties on the site survey. So we need to think about. I mean, we're looking at this already, but yeah, who to bring in with experience in relation to what we want to see happen with what we would like to see happen with the land if it is preserved and protected, and there seems to be an interest in like a forest, a garden, something that the school can dip in and dip out of, as well as the community in the area. So a site survey, I guess, would help to determine where we can go with this. So if you can make sense out of that, yeah.